you. All right. While they're on camera, online, I'd like to introduce our music team. This is Don Rao and Jen Hart and Donna Roselli, and on the drums is Chuck Chase. And as you know, Doreen Pariba is on extended vacation. She'll be back pretty soon. And today we have on special music my daughter, Sophia Denning Campbell. So. All right, so a couple of things that I need to tell you. PowerPoint is cranky today, so I'm going to do my best to bring everybody online with some other slides I have on my equipment up here. So please bear, that's why you didn't see the lyrics there. So please bear with us. And the second thing I want to say right away, that's before I welcome everybody, welcome, but I'll get to that in a little while, is our new system is on its way in terms of our broadcast and video system because our fundraiser has raised, as of today, $15,180. So we are doing our best to meet with the business today that's going to help us with that. Next week, we're going to do our best to meet with them. And hopefully very soon, this will all be a memory. Yay. So thank you. And if you're still wanting to donate, we got a couple of quotes, and we might be able to upgrade. We'd like to replace those televisions to bigger screens for those of us in the sanctuary. So if you're itching to donate to our AV fund, you can still do that by going to our website, clicking on donate, and dropping down the menu for AV fundraisers. So thank you. You know who you are. Thank you. Okay, so welcome everybody. Welcome this morning to Unity of Stuart. And I want to just welcome to those who are watching on YouTube. And well, on YouTube, Alan, who I ran into in Home Goods last week.
I'm still not sure about that.
Siri thinks I was talking to them. I ran into Ellen and another beautiful soul who I can't remember your name, and they told me that Ellen tells me she watches on YouTube. And since I can't see who's on YouTube, I want to say hi to Ellen. Hopefully you're there this morning. And, okay, so Regina, who I haven't seen before, welcome Regina. And Lynn and Dennis, welcome. And Judy and Ellen and MJ, good morning to those of you who are watching on Facebook and on YouTube. Oh, one more thing I want to tell the people in the sanctuary is you see that these screens are angled, right? So we had an idea that it might make it easier for people who are on this side to look at the screens and still see the podium, and people on this side to look at the screens and still see the podium. So it's just an experiment. If it drives you nuts, you know what? If it drives you nuts today, don't tell me. If it drives you nuts next week at the end of the lesson, then tell me. If you don't get used to it pretty soon. So that is all the housekeeping. All right. Welcome to everybody in the sanctuary and on YouTube and Facebook this morning. If you are here in the sanctuary for the first time and you feel comfortable, we invite you to raise your hand so that our ushers can see you. It's Ricky and Chuck. We'll come down. Okay, we have Helena there. And we have Maureen. And Maureen, I can't remember your husband's name. I married you.
She did. This is
Larry,
Larry.
yay. And there you got some visitors today. And if you're a visitor today, if you're here for the first time and you haven't raised your hand, you can grab a welcome packet on the way out. If you're online for the first time, we invite you to send your email address to admin@unityofstuart.org, and our admin May will be delighted to send you a welcome packet. So thanks everybody for being here. Announcements. All right, here's where it might get a little tricky. I'm going to show the internet announcements from this, and I'm going to show, Let me just do it and see what happens. I got this. That's my daughter. She said, "You got this, Mom." All right. So, okay, here we go. So we are always open to hold you in prayer. If you have a prayer request or prayer intention, you can do a couple of things. You're in the sanctuary, you can fill out a prayer intention, a prayer request form on the lobby, and our chaplains will hold it in prayer. And if you are online, please feel free to email prayer@unityofstuart.org, and we will put your prayer in our prayer box, and our chaplains will hold those prayers in their prayers. And you can see on that you can sign up for our newsletter at those links and see our upcoming events online, not on that one. And if you'd like to call Silent Unity, their number is 816-969-2000, and that's that's the home office, what I like to call the mothership. Silent Unity is there, and they'll hold you in prayer. Next is our healing meditation has moved to Facebook Live, and that is facilitated by Cheryl Roby. And it's at 10 a.m. on Facebook Live on Tuesday mornings. And if you can be there live, and if you've been around a while, that they never go away. So you can access that meditation whenever you have the time. And if you'd like to receive notices regarding that meditation, you could email May at admin@unity.org. And our gift store is officially reopened. I mean, if you'd like to get something in our gift store, you can certainly do that. We'll be happy to help you. It's officially reopening on August 10th and accompanied by music. On August 10th.
Christmas in July.
And we invite you to join that team. I want to introduce you to and Marlis isn't here today, right? So I can't recognize Marlis, but I'd like to recognize our new bookstore, gift store team lead, and that's Lisa Dunn. Lisa, will you stand so people can see your beautiful face? So Lisa and Marlis are working to make the transition, and part of that transition is inviting you to serve in the gift store if you'd like. It could be one Sunday a month, and if you'd like to serve, you can see Lisa. If you're online and you're expecting to come back soon, you can give us a call or email us and say that's something how you'd like to serve. And there are also position descriptions in our office. So thank you in advance for that. All right, so because I spoke out of order, there's the audio-visual slide, which you already know about. Once again, thank you very much for your donations. It's going to be so much fun to have that set up. All right. I have to move a little slower today because I have, that. All right, let's take a deep breath together. And I invite you to join me in dedicating our service today to the truth that no matter the appearance, all is well. And our affirmation today is, God is present in this experience and all is well. God is present in this experience and all is well. I am always safe in God, but there may be times when my mind tries to tell me otherwise. In the midst of a storm, an argument, a new risk, or challenge, I may experience moments of anxiety or fear. Yet, I have an inner place of refuge that allows me to feel secure no matter what is going on. When my sense of safety is challenged, I turn within to the depths of my soul, where there is only a peaceful silence. Here, I feel divine love most deeply. I recognize that the presence and power of God is in every experience. I feel safe and secure simply by bringing this awareness to mind. Choosing to see the situation in the light of truth, I affirm God is present in this experience and all is well. And I invite you to take a deep breath, as deeply as you are comfortable taking. Settling into this now moment, this space of celebration of the activity of Spirit in our lives. And I invite us to be open, receptive, and responsive to the gifts that are here today in this service, in this community, in these connections. And so it is. Amen. And I invite us to affirm our, give me one second. I know I have it somewhere. There it is. That's not it. All right. There it is. Together. God is present in this experience, and all is well. And once again, another deep breath, anchoring that affirmation as we affirm one more time together. God is present in this experience, and all is well. And so it is. Amen is right. And as we prepare for prayerful meditation, I invite us to sing together, Be Still.
Be still, be quiet, it's the only way. You will hear the voice of God, it's the only way. Be at peace, love one another. There is no other way. You will feel the presence of the one. It's the only way. It's the only way.
And we breathe deeply, consciously, at least 3 breaths, if you will, 3 deep, conscious breaths. Relaxing our shoulders, releasing any tension we may be holding. Settling into our heart space. And I invite you to set the intention to be here now, letting go anything that has come before this moment and anything that may come after, as we join together in prayerful meditation in this holy space that we co-create together with Spirit. There is one presence and one power in my life and in the universe. The presence of love, the presence of peace, the presence of all is well. This presence lives, moves, and has its being as each one of us. Presence of love, of peace, of harmony, of joy moves in and through us now. Breathing deeply, let us recognize that God is and I am, and all is well. And I invite you into a simple practice, breathing in, God is, and breathing out, I am. And let's do that for some breaths, whatever you're comfortable with. Breathing in, God is. Breathing out, I am. And I invite you to do that at your own pace. Feeling your body relaxing ever more deeply. If your thoughts wander, just gently bring them back to God is. I am. And letting that mantra go for now. I invite you to, as we move into the silence, to remember that God is, I am, is the song of all is well. When we remember who we are, we know that all is well. There is one presence and one power in my life and in the universe, the presence of peace, the presence of love, and the presence of all is well. God is, I am, in the quiet. God is, I am, all is well. And as we know this for ourselves, I invite us to know this for all of those who are on our prayer list here at Unity of Stuart, and all of those that are in our minds and hearts this morning, any situation, any person, any experience. Knowing all is well. And if you'd like to speak your loved ones, your situation into the holy space that we have co-created, I invite you to do that now. And releasing our prayers into the care and keeping of the One. Let us pray this in the name and the nature, in the light, and in the love of the indwelling Christ consciousness. And so it is. Amen. And here is Sophia Denning-Campbell with A Million Dreams.
Close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting for me, that I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, through through where no one's been before, and it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care, so call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. There's a house we can build. Every room inside is filled with things from far away. The special things I compile, each one there to make you smile on a rainy day. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say we've lost our minds. I don't care if they call us crazy. Run away to a world that we design. Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. However big, however small, let me be a part of it all. Share your dreams with me. You may be right, you may be wrong, but say that you'll bring me along to the world you see, to the world I close my eyes to see, close my eyes to see. Every night I lie in bed, brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world can be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. For the world we're gonna make.
Alrighty then. It's been a while since Sophia sang in church in front of people. And she just turned 18. Good Lord. And I don't remember the first time Sophia sang in church, but but she's been singing in church for a while now, and it's such a blessing. All right. I'm good.
Jude, camera one.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, Jerry. I told Jerry that if I forget to switch the cameras
Sophia, say hi to Dad again.
for you, okay. Thank you, Jerry. All right, one more. Bear with me a second. Let me just take care
And
of
stop
blowing
crying.
Say what now? I know. So this month, we've been looking at a book called The Obstacle is the Way. And it's a book by Ryan Holiday. And I changed the title a little bit to The Challenge is the Way. And so we've been looking at that for the whole month. And we're closing out today with our fourth and final lesson. And if you are interested, after you hear what I have to say today and like to go back, of course, you can see everything on our Facebook page or on YouTube. You can see all of the services. So what we've looked at over this past month is how to become ever more empowered in our lives, how we can embrace opportunities, challenges to grow bigger in God, and turning complications into expansions of consciousness. Turning complications, using complications to help us expand our consciousness. And it is my prayer that if you have been with us from the beginning, and if you had a challenge or are having a challenge, that you've used these tools to help you work through that challenge. And I hope and I pray that you have begun to perceive any challenge in a new way, that you have taken inspired action or actions to help you move through, and that you have used your will to keep your focus while remembering to surrender to Spirit, to surrender to God in everything. We know what we want as humans. We know what we would like our life to look like, and God is so much bigger than this. So what we are called to do is to, design our lives, write down, journal, and then surrender to Spirit, because Spirit is bigger than this, and we are called to surrender. So it's important that we acknowledge as we wrap this up that facing our obstacles, facing our challenges takes courage and a willingness to step into the unknown. And stepping into the unknown can feel risky, right? And yet, and also, we are, if you're here, if you're watching, I'm pretty sure that you are wanting to live a self-fulfilled, empowered life, walking on the spiritual path while you do that. As a matter of fact, you know that walking on the spiritual path, being conscious and aware, is a way to get there, perhaps the way to get there. And so it is worth the risk. It's worth the risk to step into the unknown. I love this quote from Anais Nin, and she said, "And the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom." The day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom. I've been there a few times in my life when the pain outweighed the risk, right? I know I'm not the only one. But still, we are afraid sometimes to take that risk. So there's this note from the universe. Do y'all know what that is? It's, I don't remember the gentleman's name, but I get it. Mike Dooley, thank you. So this is what the universe, according to Mike Dooley, has to say about this. Worry? Why? Do you really think something could go wrong? Are you not eternal? Have you forgotten how much you're loved? Don't you see how far you've already come? Could you possibly be in better hands? Is there not chocolate in every land? Right? I like that part. So why are we so afraid to take a risk? Why are we terrified to take that bold, inspired action so we can turn our challenge into an opportunity? Is it because we might fail? And we don't want to fail because we don't want to look bad. We don't want people to say what we think they will say if we don't get it right. That's one of the things that I've moved through in my adult life, that fear of failing, taking that risk. And what I have come to know is that all I need to do is to take the first step. Is to take the first step and do the next indicated thing. Let me go back. The first thing I need to do is align with Spirit. That's the first thing, is to be in alignment with Spirit through prayer and meditation. Be guided, wherever that guidance comes from, and take the first step. And once we take the first step, the next step appears, and the next step appears. So we're afraid, though, that we might fail. The dictionary defines failure as this: a condition or fact of not achieving the desired end or result. The condition or fact of not achieving the desired end or result. And what I like about that definition is that the dictionary uses the word condition and fact. Those words have a big metaphysical significance. And for those who might not be familiar with that term, metaphysical, it means we look beyond the literal. We look beyond what's right in front of us. We raise our eyes, we raise our consciousness and look from that perspective. And we know that conditions and facts have nothing to do with the capital T truth. Conditions and facts have nothing to do with the capital T truth. This truth, that there is one power and one presence active in life. It is love, it is peace, it is perfection, and it lives, moves, and has its being as us. I'll tell you what, once we get that, what's to be afraid of? When we get that presence and power lives, moves, and has its being as us, we're free. We're free to take risks. We're free to love. We're free to try. We are free when we know that at a cellular level, at a spiritual level, at a soul level. So I want to invite you to affirm that with me. Not that one. I don't think I have it online. 1 minute. All right, so what I'm going to do, oh no, there it is, yay! Okay, together, there is one power and one presence active in life. It is love, it is peace, it is perfection, and it lives, moves, and has its being as me. Does that feel true? Does it feel true? If it doesn't feel true, I invite you to write that down quick and use it as an affirmation until it feels true, until you know the truth of that. I'll say it one more time for those who might be writing it down. There is one power and one presence active in life. It is love, it is peace, it is perfection, and it lives, moves, and has its being as me. So, if we allow them, our quote-unquote failures can help us wake up to the fact that it, God presence, higher power, universal divine, lives, moves, and has its being as us, that we are one in God. We can awake to the truth that the universe is available, present, and supportive of our greatest good. Our mistakes, what we would call our failures, can inspire us, can bring us back to the truth that no challenge is too great, no failure too big for God, because God is bigger than this. Whatever God is, however you think of higher power or the universal divine, it is bigger than what you can possibly think. We cannot, as humans, wrap our minds around that presence and power, although we do try. It's so much bigger than we know. Declare the truth that this perfect power lives, moves, and has its being as you. And this power, in its perfection, never fails. Here's what I invite you to know today. The answer to every problem, the answer to every challenge exists in the one mind, divine mind, God mind. And we are in the mind of God. I have a mentee in the field licensing program, and she calls it that we are, and you may have heard this from a traditional Christian background, that we are the body of Christ, that each one of us is the body of the divine presence. The divine presence needs us to do what we do in the world. It needs us. So, that mind of God is who you are and is also flowing through you in every single moment. And I invite you to accept this truth with gratitude and enthusiasm. Accept it as you would accept the best news you ever heard. They don't call it good news for nothing. Then use it. Put it into practice. So, what is the risky, inspired action that you must take in order to turn your challenge into an opportunity? Is it a conversation you need to have with someone? Is it asking for help? Is it enrolling in a class? Is it balancing your checkbook after being unconscious about your finances? Yeah. Is it making a difficult phone call? Is it consciously choosing to view a situation in a different way? Is it taking a stand for what you know is right? Whatever it is, I invite you to remember who you are, not the disguise of fear, uncertainty, and separation, but a divine being of God, here to shine your light, to boldly express the love of Spirit, the light of Spirit, the truth of Spirit. And it was planted there by divine mind. This is no accident. It was planted there. It's yours to do. It's yours to be. So, what happens sometimes is we feel that internal nudge to take the next step, right? And we kind of know what will happen if we don't. Well, we think maybe it'll just go away. Maybe I'll just be able to go along with my regular old life and not think about that anymore. But what may happen is that nudge will get a little bit firmer. Then it may feel like a push. Then it may feel like a kick in the pants. And then it'll be the spiritual 2x4. That will knock you back, and you say, okay, Spirit, I will do this. I will do this. So be bold now and avoid that pain or release that pain if you have been suffering from not taking a step that you know will improve your life. In his book, The Art of Being, Dennis Merritt Jones writes this. It is said that when baby birds reach a certain size, their mom begins to line the nest with thorns and sharp sticks as a gentle way of encouraging the baby birds to take to the sky on their own. Now, I had never heard that before. I think it's a little mean, but there you have it. The message the mama bird is giving to the chicks is, don't get too comfortable here. Beyond a certain point, there can be no more growth, he says, in the comfort of your nest. And if you want to be a hawk and soar with the wind, you have to take the risk. You have to come to the edge and step off. Push off. What do you suppose might be going through the mother bird's head as she nudges her chicks out of the nest for their first flight? Do you think she's fearful or concerned about the chick's life? No. Instinct drives her to do these things. She knows that something within her babies knows how to fly. Oh, I'm thinking about my 18-year-old daughter as I'm saying this. You know, and just affirming that for the baby chicks and for you, that there's something in us, in you, that knows how to fly. Of course, that something is divine intelligence, working at the level of the bird, or the child, or the adult. There's something in us that knows how to fly. The only difference between the baby birds and ourselves is that we can really resist coming to the edge of our comfort zone. Can't we? We can be afraid to step out of our comfort zone and go forth. And here's where I want to say, one of my favorite teachings is get comfortable with discomfort. Because something is uncomfortable doesn't mean we shouldn't do it. So get comfortable with discomfort and do it anyway. There is a divine intelligence that knows how to sustain you in the next phase of growth, in the evolution of your own being. And if you believe that, it's time to come to the edge. And here's another one of my favorite poems. Come to the edge, he said. We can't, we're afraid, they responded. Come to the edge, he said. We can't, we'll fall, they responded. Come to the edge, he said. And so they came, and he pushed them, and they flew. Ryan Holiday in the book offers some final words of wisdom. I'm going to paraphrase them, not read them exactly. He says something like this. It is unlikely that everyone is going to make an armed run at our throne anytime soon. He's referring to an attempted coup that Marcus Aurelius experienced, who was a writer, who was the inspiration for this book, experienced toward the end of his life. And now that you know that, let me start again. It's unlikely that anyone is going to make an armed run at our throne anytime soon. But people will make pointed remarks. They will cut us off in traffic. Our rivals will steal our business. We will be hurt. And we can turn all of these things to our advantage. Always. There is an opportunity always. If something stands in our way, he says, we can stare it down, not be intimidated. Leaning into the problem or weakness or issue, we can give it everything we have mentally and physically. Even though we may not always overcome it in the way we intended or expected, we will emerge better, stronger. He says there is a lightness and flexibility to this approach. We can see the bad things that happen in our lives with gratitude and not with regret, because we turn them from disaster into real benefit, from defeat to victory. And to do this, we use those three disciplines that I've been talking about. We perceive things as they are, leave no option unexplored, then stand strong and take action. So under pressure and trial, we get more skillful. When we put these practices into effect, we get more skillful in our lives. We become a more skillful thinker. We become more skillful humans. We become more skillful leaders. And make no mistake about it, every single person in here, whether you think you are or not, is a leader. You are a leader to someone. It could be a friend. It could be a child. It could be in your office. It could be a grandchild. It could be a child in the neighborhood, or name it. Every single person is a leader to someone. And it behooves us to put these skills into practice. All right. Almost finally. See every obstacle as an opportunity to grow bigger in God. Take whatever inspired action you can take and turn what you can't change over to God. Because remember, God is bigger than this. And you will find that the blocked path becomes the path. What is the challenge becomes the way. Come to the edge, he said. We can't. We're afraid, they responded. Come to the edge, he said. We can't. We'll fall, they responded. Come to the edge, he said. And so they came, and he pushed them, and they flew. I know this truth for each and every one of us. Namaste. So let's take another deep breath. And I invite you to join in preparing for our celebration of abundance. And I'd like to put up some giving info in these two places. And I will leave that up there for a moment or two while I say thank you. Thank you for your gifts. Thank you for your love offerings. Thank you for your tithes. You are doing a good work through Unity of Stuart, and we so appreciate all of you who are giving to further this word, this ministry into the world. Let's affirm our prosperity prayer and our love offering blessing. Together. In a universe overflowing with the allness of God, all of the needs of Unity of Stuart and those we serve are instantly, constantly, and bountifully met. From every direction, known and unknown, expected and unexpected, our abundant good comes to us now. We are grateful. Amen. And I invite you to take your gift in your hand wherever you are, or the intention of your gift in your hand. If you are giving it electronically, you might want to hold the hand of someone you're giving the gift with and affirm our love offering blessing together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give and receive always in love. All right, I have a couple of more announcements. So, Oh, wait, never mind. We're singing now. Okay, very good. I'm with you.
We give thanks. We give thanks. We give thanks. Oh, we give thanks. We all give our gratitude and give thanks for the multitude of blessings given every day that help us all along the way. We give thanks for a chance to give our gifts and for the lives we live and all the mercies from above that fill our hearts with grace and love. We give thanks. We give thanks. We give thanks. Oh, we give thanks. We give thanks. We give thanks. We give thanks. Oh, we give thanks. Oh.
Thank you, Joyful Noise. And we do have a couple of more. All right, let me do this because now I said it twice and I didn't do it. So then I'll do the announcements and then we'll bless our kiddos. Hang with me a moment. Okay. So Sylvie is here as usual, and Sylvie is the team lead for our welcome team. She's back there. And if you would like to be part of our welcome team, those of you who are in the sanctuary, please see Sylvie, and she'll tell you what that's all about. It's essentially being the first face people see when they come into Unity of Stuart. So please see Sylvie if you are interested in becoming a member of the welcome team. And then we are, as I'm saying every Sunday, we are welcoming back our choir. And we are welcoming back our choir. And rehearsals begin on Tuesday, August 10th at 6 p.m. And if you're in the room, you can sign up at the information table or email May at admin@unityofstuart.org. And if you're just not here today and you plan on coming back, you can also email May and let her know that you'd like to be put on the list for the choir. So that's that. Kiddos, let us bless our kiddos. Hold on, band. Okay, go.
We love you. We bless you. We truly, truly appreciate you. We behold the Christ in you.
And now let's affirm the prayer for protection and the peace. All right, I hope you remember it at home there. Together. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is. I am divine. I got it, Jerry. I figured it out there. I'm back. All right. And now, the peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
And so it is. Amen.
Heck yeah. I see joy, I see peace, I see beauty surrounding me. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I see joy, I see peace, I see goodness surrounding me. I see love in every breath that I breathe. I see God in everything. I see happiness, I see freedom. I see the beauty that lives in me. I see perfection in what life brings. I see God in everything. I feel joy, I feel peace. I feel goodness surrounding me. I feel love in every breath I breathe. I feel God in everything. I feel happiness, I feel freedom. I feel the beauty